Hello friends! In this lesson, I want to tell you about a plugin called Cocoon. It can serve as a replacement for Dendra if you are working on a Mac. Dendra won't work on Mac because of its DLL libraries, but Cocoon definitely will. Let's go to Mesh, and here we'll see its step. There are all sorts of functions here. For example, the main function itself, refine, curve, points just like in Dendra. Very similar features. Let's create the sphere itself. Let's see what it requires from us. It requires one of these elements here. For example, let's start with a point. Point. So what does it require next? You can set the value to 1. Let's take a look. Cell size, you need to be careful with it. Let's set it to about 3. You see, here you don't need to add volume settings like you do in Dendra. In some ways, it seems simpler to me. I use it quite often on my Mac. And for execute algorithm, let's set it to toggle og boolean toggle. Now we need to add a point here. Multiply points and creating Reno with a dot. Alright, let's create a PT here. Right click, set multiply points. Okay, and let's set the radius to 15. Alright, let's see. C, failed to collect data. And here S, failed to collect data. Here we need to try playing with the parameter. Let's set it to 2. And here we have the value false. True. Let's look at the spheres and see what this parameter affects. Well, it looks like it affects their size. Let's make the spheres bigger. We can already see what's happening. They're colliding, merging together. Well, of course I probably made too many spheres. But we just need to wait and it'll work. So let's wait a little bit. It unfroze. This time I won't repeat my mistakes. I'm setting the cell size higher. Yes, the tessellation decreased. Now we don't have to worry as much when increasing the radius parameter. We can give them a larger radius, for example 250. Let's see what happens. Now it's going to calculate all these connections for us here. And here's what we get. Here's this kind of cucariamba. Our cucariamba is back and we can move the point. Like this. Now it will recalculate and there will be a bulge here. We need to make the cell size even bigger. Let's just go ahead and set the slider to 15 so it works even faster, just the way we want it. Now let's try moving it. See? It's much faster now. Let's try moving it to the middle. This is how the points work. Now I'll show the curve. And we'll bake our element. That is, we'll turn it into a Rhino object. Now let's move on to the curve. I'll erase this, connect the curve, and we'll also keep the slider that was previously connected to S. Let's draw a curve. Curve V. Alright, 15. Okay. And now we just need to specify it in the curve. Set multiple curves. There. Do you see what's happening? If we make the radius bigger, we get this kind of worm. We can deform it. And most importantly, we can add another curve to this one. Like this. Click set multiple curves. Set multiple curves. Look, it also connected here somehow. You can move the points around. And it stays connected here without breaking apart, which would happen if you used multiply. We can move this point here. Just wait and see what actually happens. Let's find out together. Let's pick this. No. Refine is to redo the geometry, to retessellate it again with voxels. I think it's easier to just use the standard try-remesh. The results will be similar. Here's what we get. These are the points. These are the curves. I'll talk about a similar plugin called Dendra, which only works for Windows. There's no Mac version, while this one works for both Windows and Mac in a separate video. This was Robert FTF with you. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and goodbye everyone.